News from the table in the rolling waves. Dice in our hand, we're the dungeon's brave. Adventures tonight with our mighty team. Heroes we become, living out.
Tabletop role-playing game news for Monday, the 7th day of October, 2024, with your guide, the OG GM. How y'all doing? It's time for Tabletop role-playing game news. It's time to unfold our charts, take out our sextant, and plot our course through the tumultuous waves that is the Tabletop role-playing game community. And our first big story this week has to deal with something that everybody needs to maybe be concerned about if they want to work in the 5th edition, 6th edition universe, and that is the Wizards of the Coast has openly declared that they are going full 100% into AI. And amongst that means that they can use the AI to plunder any product that they have gotten their hands on in the past 50 years, including product that you have submitted on D&D Beyond or sent to them for contests or whatever. Anything that they've received for you or me or anybody or that's been uploaded is now technically theirs, which means they can go through it and cherry pick good ideas and have the AI chew it all up, regurgitate it into brand new content. But what about the stuff you wrote if it ends up in that content? Where are your rights? How do your rights apply to AI? And that is an article that is here by, who wrote this article? Tailin from Ian World, but I have a feeling you're going to find articles like this everywhere about how it is doing, the fine print, what you can do about it if you find that your stuff has been, gobbled up by them, and you want to, deal with it using my stuff without my permission. I know a lot of people are against Writers Guild and Screen Actors Guild, but this is one of the times when the Writers Guild of America has fought against the AI proliferation of stealing people's stuff. So it's definitely something to look at. There's a whole bunch of different things that you have options, like the Authors Guild, the Communication Workers of America, various game companies who will fight for your defense if you feel that Wizards has taken product and used it without giving you your due diligence. Now, we know, unfortunately, some court cases like this can remain in circulation for years. A lot of them are just handled out of court, just we'll make a settlement. Oh, no, we used your product without permission. It goes against the contract we signed. We could tie you up in a unbelievably never-ending court case where you're going to have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars that you don't have, and we do. Or you could just accept our payout of, I don't know, whatever I've got in my pocket, $6 and a stick of gum. So yeah, I highly recommend that you read this article if you are concerned about Wizards of the Coast taking product you submitted and using it without telling you, because they can. Then they will. They told you they will. Please do not say, oh no, you're wrong, OGGM. They would never do that. They love their fans. Oh no, Dungeons and Dragons, click. No, I'm sorry. They literally have said, yeah, we're going to do this. Fuck you. Moving on to some more good news. It's important. This is good news. The dock workers strike has been suspended at least until the 15th of this month. The dock workers strike had lasted 3 days before they went to mediation. Sorry, not me. More coffee, please. Mediation. So right now they're in mediation, which means the strike is on hold to the 15th. The docks are open. The docks are working. There was a huge concern about shipping because most of the companies ship from the East Coast. Even companies on the West Coast, like Wizards, ship out of the East Coast because, it's a shorter distance between the East Coast and Europe than it is from the West Coast and the places that they would trade with. And once you get into that place, it's also easier to ship to Asia from the East Coast than it is the West Coast, which left parts of the Gulf of Mexico and, of course, all the West Coast, the only place that people could ship from. Or, you'd have to go down and go through the Panama Canal to get up, or go all the way around South America to get up to the docks, or come around the very, very long way to get to the docks. But if you were shipping, it is just more conducive to ship out of the East Coast and then transport it, by train or truck to the West Coast. So even Wizards, who, are in Washington, which has major coastal access, ships through the East Coast because it's just cheaper and it's easier. But so with the dock shutting down, even for 20 minutes, that puts hundreds of products behind schedule. So hopefully we can work this out and come to an agreement just in time, because we know all the Christmas stuff and the shipping stuff is going to come out there. Of course, Wizards of the Coast is going to use this as yet another excuse for them to keep pushing their digital versus physical mandate. I used the word right this time. Mandate. Oh, it's much more. Look what happened in the East Coast. You couldn't ship. So, if it's all on the interweb, then you don't have to worry about shipping. You'll get access to it right away. I'll get insects. Well, you'll get the access to it eventually. Oh, okay. Yeah. That seems more like what your guy says. But you'll get it. You don't have to worry about shipping. Oh, thank you. So that's a good thing. All right. Here's another one that, I don't know, good or bad. It's just a thing. Something you already rarely ever hear. A new word in the dictionary, except it's 2 words. Dungeon crawler is now part of the English dictionary. Wizards of the Coast is trying to take credit for getting dungeon crawler into the English dictionary, except, of course, the dungeon crawler doesn't come from Wizards. It comes from video games. There's hex crawl, dungeons, cities, but the idea of dungeon crawler, that is more of a video game term. But yeah, we have a word in the dictionary. Now you would think that's a really big thing, but then the dictionary adds at least one new word and removes one new word every year. So it just happened that dungeon crawler, which is 2 words. But hey, we're in the dictionary. So make of that what you will. Congratulations, word. And then in something that was just sort of weird, there's a Voltron role-playing game coming out. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Now, I don't know if it's going to cover Voltron Lion Force, Voltron Vehicle Force, and Voltron Gladiator. Who here remembers the 3rd Voltron cartoon? Everybody remembers Voltron Lion. Some people remember Voltron Vehicle, but I don't know how many people remember Voltron Gladiator because it was only on the air for 5 seconds. Most of us know Voltron from Lion Force. So they're doing a Voltron the role-playing game. Now, I don't know if this is just going to cover the entire Voltrons and spin-offs of Voltrons, or just Voltron, which means either every player character gets to pilot a lion or what? Or there's multiple Voltrons, or there's going to be other giant mechs explored besides Lion Force. Will it include Vehicle Force and Gladiator? Will it include the spin-offs for Voltrons? Because there were at least 2 that I can think of. Will it explore other anime created by the same people? Will there be any link between it and the Mighty Beast? Like Gaugeyser and those series, and other transforming vehicle into robot. I don't know. Or is it just going to be Voltron? Hey, guess what? You get to be the lion, but there's 27 different Voltrons in this universe? I thought it turns out there was more lines. Except this one's elephants. I don't know. I want to find out more about this. We've got launching soon. Other than that, we don't know anything about it. Don't know who's making it. Oh, Catalyst Games. So yeah, curious to know what is going on with the Voltron role-playing game, and if there is a market for a Voltron role-playing game. If it's just Voltron, I don't know. But if it's a really good system for mecha building and transforming mechas and combiners, maybe. But I don't know if Voltron has enough nostalgia power behind it to get enough people to go, yes, I need to play this game. You tell me. Is this something you'd be excited about to play in the Voltron universe? Or you're just like, well, there's already like 50 anime games that nobody knows about. Why should I back this one? If I want to do transforming, combining mechs, I'll just play X. In other weird news, Mongoose, as we know, has the rights to everything Mark Miller made for Traveller now. But they now have the rights to everything else that came out of Mark Miller, including Twilight 2000 and 2300 AD, which may or may not be connected. There was always some, is Twilight 2000 and 2300 AD the same universe or a different universe? Twilight 2000, of course, that time period's already passed, and 2300 AD, that's already passed because we're in 2400 AD. But yes, Mongoose now has the rights. But OGGM, Twilight 2000 is made by Free League. So does that mean Free League is losing Twilight Traveller 2300 and it's going to Mongoose? No, it's not. According to this, it is currently published by Free League, and they've had conversations with them, and they will be continuing to publish them through Free League. But they have and they were planning on letting Free League just run wild with the Twilight 2000 universe. So if they make any more supplements or world building, that's in Free League's. Mongoose and Free League are, I guess, sharing the money. Mongoose owns the title, but Free League's publishing it. And then we have the 2300 AD, and that'll be all from them, from Mongoose. So Mongoose will be doing 2300 AD. Free League will be doing Twilight 2000 for the foreseeable future. I know that sounds weird, but Mongoose owns it. Well, they're just, they're sub-licensing out the AP. So Free League has to pay them a undisclosed amount to continue to use Twilight 2000 because they own Twilight 2000. It's kind of like Wizards of the Coast and their T-shirts, and Wizards of the Coast, an official tabletop role-playing game product versus unofficial Wizards of the Coast tabletop role-playing game product. Segue to the final story. Normally, I would save this to Wizards of the Coast Wednesday, but I saw this yesterday thanks to Jeff's Games box, and it's just goes to show us that Wizards of the Coast does not know what Wizards of the Coast just said. I think this is further proof that Wizards of the Coast has the collective memory of a goldfish. By the time they reach one end of the tank, they have forgotten what they did at the other end of the tank, and they swim back. And goldfish are the smartest of fish. I don't know if you knew that, but goldfish are the smartest of all the fish. They're not the smartest creature in the sea. That's either dolphins or whales or something we haven't discovered yet. I mean, octopuses are pretty damn smart, but no, of the fish, it's goldfish. Anyways, speaking of goldfish memory and Wizards of the Coast forgetting that they said something, remember when Wizards of the Coast said a couple weeks ago they were not going to make physical player character record sheets for 6th edition? They didn't see the point. Character record sheets are available for free on D&D Beyond. Character record sheet books are already out there. It's backwards compatible, so you don't need new character sheets. We're not going to make new character record sheets. Look what they made. Brand new character record sheets for 6th edition for $15. And I know that they are out there because Jeff's Games box told me he saw them at his friendly local game store. What? Wizards of the Coast lied again? Wizards of the Coast specifically told us they weren't going to do something and then turned around and went and did it. And I don't know if this even counts as a lie. It's not, they didn't announce it. They didn't say, hey, remember when we said we weren't going to do this? Well, turns out we can afford to continue to do it. And there's obviously a market. So we're going to do it at least once more. Nope. No, they said, nope, that's it. They're done. We're not making any more. We're definitely not making any for the new edition using the new layout for the character record sheet. That's definitely, no, wait, look, it happened. So once again, this leaves me with the mysterious question to ponder as we end our broadcast. Is this Wizards of the Coast being a lying, insidious BS asshole who doesn't understand basic customer service? Or is this just another example of the inability, lack of communication that is going on at Wizards of the Coast, where one end of the company says one thing, the other end of the company does something completely different, but because there is no communication, and we are seeing more and more examples of the lack of communication throughout Wizards of the Coast, that just ends up making them look buffoonish. This doesn't make you look like oh yeah, Wizards changed their mind. Thank you, Wizards. This is another of going, oh, way to lie to our face and fuck up again, Wizards. Why keep you just, I mean, this isn't that hard. There's literally people who go to college and get degrees to pursue careers in positions where basically their job is to make sure things like this don't happen. And you had people whose job it was at Wizards of the Coast to make sure things like this don't happen, and you fired them. And the guy who was in charge of those guys quit because he decided it was a much better fit to go work in politics than continue to work for Wizards of the Coast. So is this them being insidious and evil and lying to our face? Or is it just once again an example of the utter incompetence and lack of communication between departments at Wizards? Because both of which could be fixed, neither of which Wizards seems to care about fixing. Again, you can spend $15 to get a couple character record sheets from Wizards, but there are hundreds of these online for free or for like way less than $15. Or you could just use a piece of paper like we have been using for the past 50 years. I don't know. It just seems to me that either way, that's so Wizards. No, normally I don't play this till Wednesday, but this seems like a perfect time to play it. So
we're laughing aloud now, magic in the air. Wands all around us, cast away our care. Friends in the hallways, adventures we find. Spells and enchantments, trouble on our mind. That's so easy for